Hi there, YouTubers. I'm going to do a video, real quick one, kind of, on the status of this front fender. Like I said on the other one, I think it was number 9, I had redone this. I sanded it, cleaned it up, done the repair and stuff, and I have to say, she looks pretty darn good. Turned out good. I got about 3 coats of primer, filler primer on it, sanded it good, cleaned it up, and that repair looks a lot better. A lot happier with that repair. I wasn't going to leave it like that. There was no way. That's turned out pretty good. Now I'm working on the big piece here. This piece is going to be all black. So obviously I'm going to have to filler primer this one because it's white. And it had several gouges. It's got one on the other side. I'll show you in a minute here. But anyways, it had several gouges. It had one over here, right in this spot right here. I was able to sand that one out. I used painter to clean it. I sanded it with 400 grit to give it a nice rough surface for the primer to adhere. And I've sanded most of it. This part here, inside here, sits in the channel of the where the forks are. So wasn't too concerned about it. Again, I will hit it. I still got to sand this side and in here. But anyways, right now, doing my handy little job at some Bondo work, and I put some Bondo here. This one here was a real good gouge. Actually, it had it was so deep that it actually lifted and rolled some plastic. It had plastic like heated up. So I took a orbital sander and hit it in this area. And then I've taken like 220 grit, kind of sanded it to clean off the orbital sander work. And then I went up to 400 grit, and I've worked the sandpaper with 400 grit until I got the gouge where I can Bondo it, make it look like a clean edge. And this is my first coat of Bondo, and I've been stressed by people with Bondo that do thin coats each time, and sand that, thin coat, sand. So I'm learning Bondo. I'm not real good at it, obviously. Took me a while, and my finished job on the Bondo was there. So that turned out pretty good. And then got another good gouge right here. And that gouge I will do pretty much the same. See how it's kind of got like little pieces of plastic right here. Focus in a little bit there or not. Anyways, there's pieces of plastic right there. But this fairing, the front fairing piece, has been through the mill, I'll tell you. So I knew this was going to be my hardest piece, and I'm dealing with it now. I wanted to finally get to this big piece here. Real quick here, I taped off the 2 labels that I did not want to get anything on, because this is going to be black also. So I have to take paint thinner basically, and I've been cleaning this, the paint thinner, kind of using its tack cloth, if you will. But I taped that off. That's important information, including the VIN and stuff. I didn't want that to get painted over, so I taped it off. I have sanded this whole inside enough to where it's a surface where it can primer it. I've cleaned it with paint thinner. I'm going to look for some plastic prep. So I'm going to look for. Somebody recommended some plastic prep. If anybody else got any ideas, I appreciate the comments on it. But it's turned out pretty good. Just the Bondo part. Again, this is going to be all black. This whole piece gets black. And then I can start on that one. Those are sections, so that won't be so bad. But this big piece here is what I want to get done. I've got those pieces done. I got everything kind of set everywhere. The headlight cover's done. The front fender will be done. I'll put a coat of paint on it tomorrow. Start putting coats of paint on that tomorrow, and making that look sweet. So, want to let everybody know where I'm at and kind of what I'm doing right now. Again, I sanded this whole thing here just to give it a texture for the primer to lay on and adhere itself to. I gotta do here yet, and here, on this side of the fairing, fix this gouge, just like I'm doing with this one. Unless I can sand this one. This one's not as deep. I may be able to sand that out. I'm not sure yet. This one here was just too deep. So I'm in the Bondo process. I'll sand that tomorrow. And another coat of Bondo. Sand it again the next day. Let it cure, you know. Unfortunately, it's going to be drawn out again. Don't mean to ever make this so drawn out, guys. But again, I'm in the how-to process and trying to make it look pretty decent. And this piece here is going to have so much black on it that I want it to look good. So it's going to take me a little bit longer, but anyways, that's where I'm at. I bought an Orbital air sander, and that thing is sweet. A little practice on how to use it, but what I'm doing with this here, with it is I use it to sand that gouge, basically, just the edge, because I have a die grinder, and I also a 2-inch air sander in there, but it's too small, and the other problem is I can't get high enough grit paper for it. So with the Orbital, you can. I can get up to 320 grit with 6-inch paper. Now I'm going to go to an automotive paint store and probably get higher, but the 400 grit or 320 grit did just fine on this front fender, and also on here. So as I progress with the Bondo work, if you will, that's where I stand. Again, I'm learning, trying to master the art of Bondo work, and I don't know if there is any mastering to it. I think it's just you do what you do. And she's then going to get a coat of the filler primer, which is right here again. I have to pick up another can of this because I'd really want to prime this one, filler primer this one, because it is all white. I want to give it a good coat, and on both sides, I got to coat on both sides because you can see portions of each side. This is seen from the outside, both these pieces here and this here, and the other part seen from the inside of the rider. So I got no choice. So I'm going to primer it, basically get rid of the white, and then hit it black. So that's where I'm at right now. In my shop here, again, it's small, but it does what I need it to do, and I just want to let everybody know what I'm doing again. Comments are welcome. I hope I'm not boring anybody. Again, a work of art. She's been a little bugger, but I'm pretty happy with it now. The hard work paid off on it. But, and I found I could buy one of these, somewhat painted. Looks like somebody had done a couple things to it. Nothing busted. But for like $15 I can buy a whole new fender for it. So, but that's the easy way out. I wanted to repair it, make sure I knew I could repair it, and paint it, make it look nice, like it's, you know, like you're supposed to. Anybody can buy something. That's cheating. So I'm getting a little bit of snow out here again tonight. I got some standing snow because of the stupid cold temperatures. Good old Michigan. But anyways, out there, well, happy riding, and if you're riding in the winter and the cold, try to stay warm. But I appreciate everybody watching, and that has been, and tell your friends. Comments are welcome. So there's a it's a progressive thing. So this one is going to be, again, I think number 10, video number 10. I'll know when I'll correct myself if I have to. But anyways, again, I was working on a little toolbox for my Yamaha. I'm got my horn project yet. That's another one. And I actually got another project going. I'm going to do some scroll sawing. I've done that before. I like to scroll saw. And I have a neighbor that is a veteran, a disabled veteran, and he was in the 173rd Airborne. And I'm going to make a scroll sawed sign for him. He doesn't know it yet, but I'm going to make he's in the 173rd Airborne in Vietnam, and I'm going to make a scroll sign for him. And kind of got a couple other ideas too. I think I'm going to put like a parachute in this area or something like that, maybe, or whatever. Been doing some thinking about it, but anyways, that's another one of my little projects that trying to just eat the wintertime up is what I'm trying to do. Then I've got the repairs of the bike yet to do, but that's, you know, the oil change, stuff like that. And I'm still thinking about doing the wheels, but depends. So anyway, that's it for now, and again, thanks for watching.